Yo man, as you all can see by the title, it's okay to be seen as boring. Here's why. Y.A.D, make sure you stick to the end. Really appreciate everyone who took their time to watch my videos. It really means a lot to me. Much love, let's get it. Y.A.D, listen to this very carefully. It's okay to be seen as boring. What most people say these days, a lame or something like that. Listen, Y.A.D, let me say this. We are not in a rush to impress people. There's no pressure to, trying to keep up with people's, emotional state or mental state. This is where you actually lose yourself. Listen, Y.A.D, I've noticed, especially the Gen Z, the generation nowadays, us, they don't want to be seen as lame or boring, quote unquote. But let me say this, Y.A.D, a person who's focused on their path, a person who's, cutting all the distractions, they are just given a name. You are boring or you are lame. Listen, Y.A.D, if you are still, not accepting that, you probably face the same thing, where they don't have to tell you. It's only they have to show you with actions that you're kind of like a lame or you're boring, which is okay. I'll tell you the benefits. Y.A.D, do not be the person who's trying to impress people. Do not be the person who's trying to, always be cool all the time. Y.A.D, it actually fucks up your mental state. Cause listen, the only thing you do every day is, trying to impress, people's mental state or emotional state. This is where you disconnect yourself. Listen, Y.A.D, most people who are regarded as cool or awesome or they're always lit, they are not in tune with themselves. They are mostly focused on their outer frame, not their inner frame. This is why they get lost in life somewhere in the wilds. Listen, Y.A.D, being seen as boring, you are not really boring. You are just able to cut off all the distractions. Cause listen, a person who's focused, a person who's dedication, a person who's dedicated, who has passion, they will always be seen as boring or lame or weird at some manner. You are always given names so they can give you a title, but the only truth is you are just focused and dedicated. Cause listen, I've been in that path. I lost a lot of people in my path, and some of them saw me as a lame. It's not that I'm boring. I've changed my focus to a different path to cut all the distractions off. So listen, let me warn you, if you wanna focus and push your passion, be ready. People will call you boring or a lame. They'll just give you names just to define the state you're in life. But the only truth is, you only have focus and passion to your goals. Y.A.D, you can't do two things at once. It's not possible. It's either you cool, you don't have any drive, or you are quote unquote boring and you focused on your path. That's it. I won't sugarcoat anything. Probably some of you guys want something in between. There's nothing in between. It's either you cool, trying to impress people all the time, but you are not driven, or you are regarded as boring, but you focus and you're driven. Listen, Y.A.D, the world is crazy outside. A lot of people, just wanna be normal, which normal doesn't really exist. You can't expect someone to have a normal life. Life is not normal itself. Life is abnormal. Life is crazy. So listen, Y.A.D, being seen as boring is not actually boring. You're a person who's focused and dedicated. Once people give you off that energy, some people are, brave enough to actually tell you that you're lame or whatever, round of applause. They can see that you're on a different path. You are focused. You cut all the distractions off. It's so hard for people to compliment someone these days. They can't just tell you that you're focused and you're passionate, and I like that. Some people don't really tell you that. They'll just say you're boring. Listen, Why gang, do not be discouraged when someone says you're boring. When people say you're boring or you're lame, do not be discouraged. You just chose a different path that they are in. Cause trying to act cool all the time, trying to impress people, doesn't really bring nothing in return. You're just constantly stuck on that cycle of trying to impress people's mental state or emotional state, which you are losing in touch with you. You can't be impressing other people outside and focus on yourself at the same time. It can't happen. Well, gang, listen. In order to score high in life, you have to focus on one thing for the longest period of time. You can't focus on both things. One of these things will lag. Like it or not. Yeah, you can be an expert and perfect some things in life, but when it comes to you, you can't perfect both things. You can't impress people outside and impress yourself. It won't work. You'll be stuck between the worlds. I don't even know what that calls, but you'll be stuck between trying to impress people and focus on your life. Choose these paths. They both have their own risks, their own consequences, but the choice is yours. It's either you focus on people, trying to impress people and be seen as cool, or you focus on yourself and win behind the scene and be seen as boring. Cause people will say a lot of things along the way. You can't be focused on what people are saying, cause they always wanna say something. That's just our human instinct, our human nature. We wanna say something all the time. This is just within us. You can't be controlled what people are saying. Some people are just talking cause it's within humans. They just wanna talk. You can't be focusing on that. You have to be focusing on important aspect of life, which is yourself. A lot of people are disconnecting to themselves because they're trying to impress people. They don't want to be seen as boring or lamos or alone. One of the famous words, you're alone or lonely or something like that, which is okay. It means you are focused and dedicated to your path. Do not think you are weird or do not think you should change your path. None of that. The only thing you should be doing is going harder than what you're doing now. Listen, gang, in order to win in life, you must win yourself. Most people who are successful today have a similar story. They had to cut all the distractions and pay 100% focus. That's what it is. That's the path you are choosing. There's no 50-50. Somewhere it's gonna be 100, somewhere it's gonna be a 0. But the choice is yours. Do you wanna be cool and not driven and impress people all the time? After 50 years, that's where you regret. What did I do back in the days? Or you wanna be seen as lame or a boring person, but you're winning behind the scene. Later on, you are grateful of the decisions you took. The choice is yours. But hey man, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe and turn on those notifications bell so you get to next time I drop. I appreciate that. Again, for those who forgotten, tap on the kid down in especially my social TikTok and IG, including my email. Tap on the kid. I appreciate that. Again, more videos are coming though. Love you. Gang.